If you're worried your child is gaining too much weight, you're not alone. A lot of parents wonder if they should put their child on a diet. What's most effective is making some small tweaks to the diet. When we tweak the overall balance of your child's diet, your child's body is able to regulate and grow in the way they were supposed to grow. I'm Jill Castle. I'm a pediatric dietitian and mom of 4 adult children. In this video, I'm going to show you 4 nutrition changes that I would tweak and make if your child were my client. These are small changes, but they make a big difference, and they don't have anything to do with restrictive diets. So first off, what's a healthy diet for a child who's carrying extra weight or extra body fat? A healthy diet is balanced with a variety of different foods from 5 main food group sources: protein, grains, fruits, vegetables, and dairy or a non-dairy substitute. That overall balance provides the 40 different essential nutrients kids need every day to grow and develop well. A balanced diet for any child is going to support growth and metabolism. I just want to clarify, a healthy diet for a child who carries extra weight does not mean calorie restriction, and it does not mean cutting out food groups. For most children who carry extra body fat, the goal is not weight loss. It is stabilizing any excessive weight gain and allowing them to grow in a healthier way. My approach is to improve the overall diet quality without putting kids on a diet. But some of the kids I see who carry extra body fat or who are in larger bodies will need some dietary tweaks. If you are worried about the way your child is growing, maybe they're gaining too much weight and the pediatrician has alerted you, I do have a free guideline that will help you understand what's going on with your child's growth and when to be concerned about the trajectory of their growth pattern. You can get that download for free. It's right down below here in the description. But some of the kids I see who carry extra body fat or who are in larger bodies will need some dietary tweaks. This is because they may have some metabolic changes that are signaling chronic disease. Things like high cholesterol, insulin resistance, prediabetes. These are things that, as a healthcare provider and a pediatric dietitian, I want to help prevent. So these following 4 tweaks, and make sure you stay around for the last one, are easy to make and have a big impact. So the first thing I will do is look at the overall plate and the balance of foods on that plate. What I'm looking for and what I'm hoping to help families change is to get more fruit, more vegetables, and more protein on the plate, and to make sure we're being careful with starches and grains. We also want to be more careful with foods that might be ultra processed and low nutrient delivery, things like sweets, chips, cookies, candy, dessert type foods, and fried foods. So in short, I don't remove foods from the plate, I just rebalance them. More color, more protein, and a little less starch. Or the second tweak that I use is to really look at the overall consumption of sweets. So I'm not talking about tomato sauce that has a little extra added sugar, or cereal that might have some extra sugar. I'm really looking at the very obvious sweet foods that children are eating: candy, cookies, brownies, donuts, cupcakes, things that they're getting in their everyday life, and they might not even be getting them from you. They might be getting them from school or church or wherever else they're spending time. But we do want to look at these because what we know from guidelines for children, we really want to be targeting around 10% or less of the overall daily calories to be coming from foods like sweets and treats. Now, I want to clarify a point here. This does not mean I get rid of sweets and treats. No. As I said, up to 10% is completely reasonable. And for most children, that's going to be about 1 average size sweet or treat a day. The other part we know about sweets and treats is if we are too controlling, too restrictive with them, kids can become a little bit more fixated on them and start to seek them out. So we want to keep them normalized. We don't want to create a situation where they're highly coveted and they're highly triggering. We want to treat them like every other food, but we want to be very predictable about when we include them. Now, my third diet tweak for children who are overweight or who have high weight, that third tweak is really paying attention to the drinks that they're consuming. The drinks that cause the most problems are juice, soda, and really too much milk, coffee, drinks that are sweetened, and other sort of sweet drinks like milkshakes or boba tea. Drinks can add a lot of extra calories because it's a liquid and it is consumed faster and with less effort. The calories can really add up. So my recommendations are oftentimes water or flavored seltzer first, milk up to 3 cups a day, and really making sweet drinks like a soda, a regular soda, really counting that as part of that 10%, that sweet and treat limit each day. In my own experience as a pediatric dietitian, I know that even just this one tweak, changing the drinks, can make a huge difference. And my last tweak is to consider micronutrient supplementation. So bear with me on this one because I want to clarify some things. When kids carry extra body fat, some of the nutrients that they need are changed because of the extra body fat. So one in particular is vitamin D. One of the things about vitamin D is that it's a fat-soluble vitamin and it gets sequestered or stuck in the body fat tissue. This is well documented in the literature. When vitamin D gets stuck in the fat tissue, it doesn't make it into the bones where we want it to go. And so for children who carry extra body fat, our recommendations for vitamin D are higher than they are for children who are leaner. What you can do is talk with your pediatrician, if you don't have a dietitian like me working with you, and ask about extra vitamin D supplementation. Another micronutrient that I will look at is omega-3 fatty acids. So we know that children also who carry extra body fat need more omega-3 fats. We also know that about 95% of the kids in the United States are not getting enough omega-3 fats in their diet. So those two factors combined really make that a nutrient that I pay special attention to. And the other nutrient is iron. And we know that carrying extra body fat is a chronic condition that can cause inflammation. And when there's a lot of inflammation in the body, iron stores can be low. And so I always want to look at lab values around iron status to see if we need to supplement with iron. Again, that is a conversation for you to have with your pediatrician. And then lastly, some children, when I look at their diet, they're not getting enough fruits and vegetables. They're not getting whole grains. And these are where a lot of our micronutrients are coming from when we look at the overall diet. So if you want your child to have a healthy diet, these are some of the things I would look at. And if they aren't meeting the 5 a day requirement, we might, in the context of everything I'm looking at, we might supplement with a multivitamin. So, do you need to put your child on a diet? I don't think so. Minor tweaks to the diet, rebalancing the plate, looking at nutrient supplementation, really looking at drink consumption and what types of drinks your child is drinking, and then also looking at the amount and frequency of sweets and treats in their diet. Those 4 key areas, if you can tweak those, that will help your child quite a bit. If this is something that you are struggling with as a parent to implement on your own, my Raise a Child Who Thrives group program. I help parents like you tackle the dietary tweaks as well as the other habits that go into raising a healthy kid who is also happy and confident in the skin they are in. I have details about that program below. Please go check it out. That's it for today. I'll see you in the next video.